Hi everyone. I just made some changes to the Google Slides for next week and different ways you can edit things and move them around, which will hopefully help you out more. But I just wanted to show you how to use them. So I've made a new document here and I've come up with a math word problem that is not the same as you would have. So you'd have normally your assignment and whatever questions you have here. And what I added was a slide below that has some manipulatives. So there's some things that are here and stuck here and you can't move, and then there's some things you can move to help you solve the problem. So what I want to do is show you what you can move to help solve the problem. Now, the problem with this is that you might want to see the problem and that at the same time. I'm going to go over that in just a minute, okay? So just hang tight. So what you can do, and just forgetting whatever our problem is right now, what I want us to do is just practice. We can move the hundreds block over, we can move the tens rod, we can move the unit, so we can move the flat, the rod, and the unit, however we want them to be. And we can move them back. Now, you might need more than one of them, and what you can do is make sure you click on it, so it's highlighted with that blue kind of area around it, and then right click. So usually we press the left button when we click, but we do the right click and copy and paste. And we could do, if I needed to do it again, I wouldn't need to do copy again. I could just go paste again. I could paste as many times as I want. And it is always going to come up around here, but we can move around. If we needed to fit a whole bunch here and we need to make this, we can make it a bit smaller. And we can do copy, paste. Oh, that made it bigger again. Doesn't usually do that. Okay, let's try again. Click on this again, copy, and paste. There we go. Now it did it the right size. Don't know what I did before. Okay, so you can basically change those however you like to add in the hundreds, tens, and ones. And then what you can do is you can say our number that we're starting with was 521. So we do 5 here, 2 tens, and 1 1, so it'd be 521. And then if we needed to add more, we could add more in if that was the problem, or we could take them away if that was the problem. We can do whatever we like that. I'm just going to delete that so we don't keep that there, free to work on later. The other thing is I put these equations in. One is for addition, one is for subtraction, so you need to figure out which problem it is that you need, if you need addition or subtraction. Now it looks like you can just type in some numbers and it's going to give you the answer, but it's not. So you could type in 521, subtract or add, sorry, for that one. You could do whatever, okay? And you have to type in all the numbers yourself. So you have to backspace what's there and type in, whoop, I clicked out of there, sorry. It's hard for me to look at the keyboard and do that at the same time. And so then we would do, and go back over. So we'd want to, this one is a little more difficult, so it's okay if it's a little hard for you. So, well, sorry, 1 plus 1 is 2. Just trying to figure out where to put things. Then 7 plus 2 is 9. And then 3 plus 5 is 8. And then we just need to make sure it's all aligned properly. So this, again, isn't helping you to solve the problem, especially the same way it would on paper, but it can show me your thinking and how you thought it out. It just takes longer to write it down like that, okay? Now I'm just going to go put those all back so they're X's again. Okay, the other thing you have here is the number line, and this is an open number line, so you can move the arrow as you like. I have a little oval here you can put over things to kind of highlight them a bit, and I have some X's here, so if you wanted to put in 0 on that end and say 1,000 on this end, and something here, but you need maybe more of them. Again, you can, click on that so it does the blue outlining. Right click, copy, right click again, paste. You can have as many of those X's as you want, and you can change those numbers to what you want. Okay, so you could have, say for example, 100 would be fairly close to here. And write 100, and if it was 100 plus, I don't know, 100 plus 100, let's just do it nice and easy. 100, and we're going to put the circle over there to show that's where we're starting, or the oval I should say. And we're going to turn this into 200, and we put this where our answer is going to be. And I'm going to understand if the arrow isn't right on top of it, guys. If you want it to be exact, you can always go to this, whoop, up here, and zoom in so you can get it closer to where you want, but you don't need to do that. And then afterwards, you just need to go back to 50. That's usually what it's at. And then if you want to do the jumps, this is the best way I can figure to do it. If you know a better way, please do it that way. If you want to share it with me, that would be amazing. But I go to scribble. So just in case you didn't see what I did, I went to this, went down, whoop, went down. You can do lots of different things, scribble. And when I scribble, I can make my jump. I can go, whoop. That's not a great scribble, but that's okay. I'm not marking the quality of your scribble. And then what I can do is go over to any of these numbers. Go to, oh, it's not wanting to copy for me. Oh, will this one copy? Yeah, copy. Paste. And I can put this up here. And I can type in plus 100. So I've shown on my number line that on the number line from 0 to 1,000, 100 is there. This is way further over than 200 should be, but that's okay. I've shown 100, and if I make a jump of another 100, that equals 200. Okay, I'm just going to take that out. So not all that is there for you, but that's how you add things in yourself to show me your work. Now, sorry, there's a lot to get rid of here. You might be wondering, there we go, what you do over here if you're concerned about answering the question. So what you can do is actually use the slide to show me your answers, okay? You can actually just leave the answer here, and I'll know that whatever this question is, your work is here. I'd like you to answer the question in words up here, but your work can be here, and that's fine. But if you wanted, you could show me some work on your slide, and how you could do that is anything that's copyable. So not a lot of things, but you could do it with the equation there, or you could do it with the unit cubes. So again, the click and copy, and then click back on the slide you want to show me there, paste, and there you go. And you can do that as many times as you want to show me what your thinking was, okay? Now, if it was something you needed to cross out there, like if you're regrouping, I do want you to show me your work. So what we could do is you can go back to the scribble, and for example, go back to the scribble and kind of circle around this and whoop, down circle that, and back to scribble again. I think every time you take your hand up and then go like, gotta go there, and then put your 10 ones over here if you're regrouping 100 into 10 tens, and so on and so forth. So you can see how I did my work there. It does take more time than just drawing it. I know that's a pain, and if you would prefer, you are more than welcome to just do it on paper and take a picture for me. I just wanted something you could use on the computer if you wanted to, and if that's easier for you. It's easier for me to look at, but you might like playing with it a bit. Now, grade 4s. I just want to show you one more thing over here. So we've looked at the scribble and lots of different things. What I want to show you is one more thing because I've asked you to shade different areas this time. And I know I did that in fractions without really understanding exactly how to do that. And now this isn't ideal. Again, if you have a better way, you can do it. If not, don't worry about it. You can use the number line the same way as we did, except it's just a different number line for you. And you can copy and paste the dimes and the pennies just like we copied the flats, rods, and units in the grade 3. You just click on it, go to copy, paste. You can make as many of them as you like, okay? And over here, I've made the fractions, so you can just type in the numbers that you want it to be. I've made the arrow here so you can move it. Okay, I've done lots of things very similar to the grade 3s, but the one thing you do need to know is how to shade these things. So this isn't ideal, just do your best and I'm going to work with it. So if you click on this little circle square thing up here, go to shapes and go to rectangle. And if I'm looking at, I'm going to make up a different number than there because I don't want to be doing your work for you. But what you can do is just, you can see it's a little kind of plus sign here. It's kind of like crosshairs. And you click down and drag. And if I wanted to make 20, I've made 20. I know it's not perfect, but it's something, okay? And if I needed to make a different number, if I needed to make 23, for example, I'll just go back to shapes, back to that. I've got 20, and then I can just add my 3 more. Okay, again, not perfect, but it shows me your work, it shows me your thinking, and that's really all I need. Okay, so that just, and then here I have the same thing with the circle that you can move around to show me where you started, the arrow to show me where you ended, and we're just working with addition right now, so that's what I have there, but later I'll add a subtraction one as well, and you can substitute in those. I know this isn't easier than doing it on paper necessarily, but it is kind of fun to play around with things and move them however you like. And it helps me to see your thinking. For over here, yeah, that is the one other thing. I have added, so if it was 10 cents plus 1 cent, we can move the, we can move the symbols around. So I can move the equal symbol there. I can move the plus sign over here. Oh, move that one again. You just need to kind of have some patience with it. I know it's not my best friend either, but you know. So I could have 10 cent plus 1 cent equals. And then if I want to add a text box, so grade 3s, you might want to know how to do this too. You go to that little box up there, press on it, and when you go down here, it's going to open up a text box. You can type in whatever you want. So if ever I don't add a text box somewhere and you want to, feel free to do that. Okay, I'm just going to delete that so you can do what you want. Okay, I hope that's helpful and you submit your assignments the same way as always. Have a good day. Bye.